Good morning from Auckland, New Zealand, and welcome to the Readout, powered by Informaq, brought to you by Spinsphere. I'm your host, and this is the Readout for week 22, ending 25th of May 2026. So let's get right into it. This is the official episode 1 after we had a pilot launch last week, episode 0, which gave a little bit of an introduction to Informaq, the quantum bite-sized insight platform, bringing to you summaries and trends from quantum technology across all areas of quantum technology, quantum computing, quantum sensing, quantum cryptography. And the Readout is my personal human touch, not just AI with everything, to read some of the stats that we've noticed over the past week. We won't be deep diving into the articles. We've got a separate podcast and public channels for that. But right now, let's look at some of the stats from this week. We've had, what have we got? We've reached 100 countries over the past week. That brings us 596 new qbytes. Qbytes are our little summaries of research and patents and news coming from all sectors of the quantum technology space. We broadcast that in 15 languages, so that's almost 9,000 qbytes that we've published completely. Of that breakdown, 483 were research papers, 108 were news items, and 5 were patents. So as you can see, a lot of the qbytes are very research heavy. Most of our research we are sourcing from ArXiv, the paper preprint site. So if we go down to the top reads, we can see in the research column, quantum Tree-Topology network with Lund Plane-to-Bloch encoding for jet substructure tagging came in at number 1 with 16 views. Followed by parallel HADOF, Scalable Quantum Optimization Framework for Real Hardware, coming in at 12. And a personal interest area of mine, post-quantum cryptography. There's been some research done in the TLS migration framework. That's one area that I've been spending quite a little bit of time looking into recently. On the news front, quantum computing for smart grids and their near-term applications for hybrid integration pathways. That popped up quite a lot as I was analysing the stats, so it seems to be quite a popular article or a popular topic. That's one thing that I haven't actually read into detail myself, but yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested, go ahead and look into it. Near optimal discrimination of displaced squeeze binary signals. Not sure exactly what that's about, but that came in at number 2 on the news front. I'm not going to read every single one, but one thing that I did notice was the CVE, which is for those in the cybersecurity industry. It's a way of reporting vulnerabilities and security exploits that have been found in the wild. CVE, I forgot what it stands for, but it usually has a number to identify it, and it will have a severity rating. So my day job is working in the web industry. So we see a lot of different web exploits come out, and they all have different CVE numbers. But this one in particular is regarding OpenSSL's configuration for post-quantum cryptography. OpenSSL integrated PQC support, must have been two years ago. There's one called liboqs, Lib Open Quantum System, which is one of the biggest open source frameworks at the moment for implementing the various PQC cryptography algorithms and protocols that are out there at the moment. On the patent front, coming in at number 4, the top 2 actually the same number of views, Scalable Quantum Dot Qubit Array Architecture for Large Scale Integration. One feature that I haven't yet added to the Readout is to actually show the author, so hopefully we can have that up and running for next week's Readout. And reduced quantum logic circuits with light cone based gate optimization came in at number 2. Likewise, I won't bore you by reading out each one individually. But I just noticed the last couple, actually number 4 in particular, out of band session key generation via post quantum cryptography key encapsulation. Likewise, I'm interested in PQC and QKD, so that's something I'll probably look into a little bit myself. Alright, looking at the landscape. Forgive the font and the overlapping text, it's a little bit hard to read. That's one bug that I'm working on at the moment. But you can see that the topic clusters for this week, quantum computing and quantum algorithms, came in at the most. These are all tightly coupled. There's been quite a lot of simulation papers that have been covering their use of algorithms. Second, we had quantum error correction. There were 37 qubits related to quantum error correction, and LDPC codes and magic state distillation drove a lot of that subthread. Hardware items, the different modalities, they're covering a similar bottleneck. Third on the cluster of topics this week, we've got sensing and meteorology. There were, 2 times they appeared in 12 papers. So there's obviously quite a lot of research going on there as well. And like I mentioned, in the area of quantum cryptography, there's quite a lot of research and reports coming out on quantum news. I think we're about to have a guest star. It's morning here in New Zealand. My sons are waking up for school, so they might make a little guest appearance. They know that Dad started a little podcast, so we'll see. Right, moving down from panel A to panel B. Here we have a list of source and bylines. The top sources are basically where we source a lot of the information that you can find here on Informaq. ArcsIV is obviously going to be the number one because that's where we source most of our preprint publishing papers. For news, we've got Quantum Computing Report, Zeitgeist, Alpaca News for financial news, and we also get some from other papers as well. I'll probably do a little bit of rework on how we display and present this. One interesting feature that I'm currently fine-tuning is this top bylines. So we can see a guy by the name of Muhammad Abdel Karim, hopefully I pronounced that right. He got 21 mentions in various qubytes this week, way ahead of the other authors, Muhammad Shafiq, Nuhaila Imam. I'm going to make it so that when you click these links you can actually look up. Good morning, Jake. Would you like to come and join the podcast? We're on the podcast. Say hi. Yeah, it's YouTube. I'm making a podcast. Do I say hi? It's not live. I said there was going to be a guest appearance.
But is it going to be public?
Yep, it's going to be public. All right, too shy to go public. All right, let's continue with panel C. This is where we look what I call the global pulse, so we can get a per country breakdown. Come over here if you want to see in the camera. So obviously one of the biggest news in the industry was the US government announcing a $2 billion quantum computing investment program event against some companies. And I don't know if you follow Google stocks, quantum stocks, but there has been quite a lot of price surges. I follow a lot of the pure play quantum stocks, but also some of the bigger ones, Amazon, IBM, etc. But Rigetti, you can see, shot up from the 21st of May. IonQ, that's had a pretty good week, almost doubling from, I think, where were we? Oh, no, it wasn't doubling. But in the past 5 days, we were at $50, and we're up to about 65. So yeah, good work on IonQ at the moment. But obviously, the whole pure play quantum computing stock market is quite volatile. It can go up very quickly one week and very quickly down the next. Finland seems to be interested in a lot of the CVEs, the vulnerabilities that have been coming out at the moment, and there's also seem to be having quite a lot of interest from Vietnam. I've noticed them pop up in some other places as well during my analytics. So yeah, I won't go over all the countries, but France, Singapore, Russia, Indonesia, China and Hong Kong have also been showing interest in some of the qubytes that we have been publishing. And then moving on, cross-pollinators. This is my attempt at linking the different hashtags that we notice when we do our analysis of the various qubytes. So for example, you can see quantum, actually the text is not showing, so I'm going to fix that bug. This is probably quantum sensing and quantum meteorology. Obviously the two of them go hand in hand, but most often the strongest one will have the strongest or the thickest colour, as I mentioned earlier. One of the topic areas that have been getting a lot of attention in the research and news this week were quantum algorithms and quantum simulation. So that brings us to the end of the readout for the week ending 25th of May 2026. This is yet again semi-scripted, a little bit of ad-lib. There's a lot of improvement to go. This is my second time doing a podcast. So yeah, stick with me. Hopefully I'll improve it. If you have any comments or whatnot, you can reach me at spinsphere.xyz. That's the homepage. Just go to the contact section and send me an email. My name's Simon, and stay informed with Informaq.